This review will be spoiler-free.
The Horror Man, the Horror Man, the Horror Man, the Horror Man, the Horror Man.
Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with my thoughts on Candyman, the new one. Opening disclaimer, this is just my opinion. So earlier tonight, I finished watching a nice screening copy of the new Candyman movie, which, by the way, is definitely a direct sequel to the original Candyman. It pulled a Halloween 2018. It uses the same exact title, but it's not a remake. It's a direct sequel. I'm not sure why they decide to do that with new sequels instead of at least putting some sort of subtitle, because it does cause some confusion. People think it might be a remake or a reboot, but it's actually a sequel. In essence, you could say that Candyman is a sequel to Candyman. Weird, isn't it? So, my thoughts on the film. After watching the trailer over a year ago, because we know this got delayed, I was so excited to see this. I couldn't wait. It looked awesome. Then, when it was finally released just a few days ago, the reviews started coming in. They seemed a bit divisive. People were split. Some people were praising the movie, saying that it was even better than the original. Others claimed it was a bit too message-driven. For me, I guess I'd say I'd fall somewhere in between, but closer to the latter. First of all, it is not, in my opinion anyway, better than the original. In fact, I even prefer the original two sequels, Farewell to the Flesh and Day of the Dead. With that being said, I did not hate Candyman 2021. Is that what we're calling it? Like Halloween 2018? Candyman 2021? Within the first 10 minutes, the movie makes it clear that it's a didactic film. Another movie with a moral, shoved down your throat. I will say it's not nearly as bad as Black Christmas 2019, which really drove it down our throats. The agenda in that film was way over the top, and yeah. Candyman doesn't go to that extreme, but it's still very prevalent. You almost want to say, I get it, now let's move on. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm perfectly fine with movies having a message, but it should be done in a more subtle way, in my opinion, like the original Candyman. The moral, if you will, is spoon-fed to the audience in Candyman 2021. That seems to be the trend nowadays with Hollywood, but that's all I'll say about that. Message aside, as for the movie itself, it has a good story, executed poorly. That's what makes this so frustrating. I think the story is really good, but the movie itself is sloppy. It has wonky editing, as if a lot was edited out of the movie, but it wasn't necessarily transitioned well. A lot of the movie felt rushed, and a lot of scenes seemed to be forced into the film, and even unnecessary in some cases. Now, I know this is a horror movie with supernatural elements, but some of the characters seem so unrealistic. It seems as if, at times, the filmmakers were trying too hard to focus on their message, rather than the actual filmmaking. For a big studio film, it seems almost amateurish. There are some good visuals, and again, I really like the story. It truly is a direct sequel to the original, and if and when you watch it, you'll understand how. The kills are okay. I guess I was expecting more from them as well. The ending was probably my favorite thing about the movie, despite hating something specific about it. I will say though, I was very disappointed that Philip Glass's classic score was not utilized at all in this sequel. It's iconic to this franchise, but it's missing. Now, I know this might have sounded more like a rant than a review, but with all of that, I still recommend checking out Candyman. I say this because I think everyone should make up their own mind about movies, rather than taking someone else's advice. We all have our own opinions. Again, I didn't hate it, and I will probably watch it again very soon. If they toned down the message a bit, that would have definitely helped. And with the jarring editing, the movie could have probably benefited from being longer. Like I said, much of it just seemed a bit too rushed, and we're talking about a movie that was delayed for a year. As always, though, this is just my opinion, and I mean no disrespect to anyone who really enjoyed it. Say his name 5 times and give it a shot. Have you seen Candyman 2021 yet? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and, be kind, subscribe.